You can come on out till 9 p.m. tonight, and there are hands-on activities down in the barn area. So come enjoy an evening of food, drink, and science fun. Aloha and welcome to October 1st, Ohana Stargazing Assault at our Kaka'ako. The sky is still bright, but we've got telescopes set up and looking at the moon right here on the rooftop of Salt. And we've got all kinds of hands-on activities in the barn downstairs. So come and join us. There's telescopes of all shapes and sizes and professional and amateur astronomers sharing the view. We'll be looking at Jupiter and other things later.
apologize for the being now. But hello, my couple. My name is Senpai King. I'm the executive director of Ohana Hoku and one of its founding members. I just wanted to say mahalo to everybody here for coming out and to share a little bit about our group. As Leilani mentioned, Ohana Hoku is a Native Hawaiian organization, 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to promoting and supporting astronomy and space sciences in Hawaii and beyond. And I want to say specifically that we're on a mission to cultivate, nurture, and support the advancement of youths, specifically our keiki, in our communities who have a desire to connect or who already have a connection with the science and study of the stars above. Now, I want to bring into this space, if I may, some very important people who are the other founding members of Ohana Hoku. Mailani Neal, one of our early astrophysicists, native Hawaiian astrophysicists, and most importantly, Kalepa Babayan. I don't know how many people here know Kalepa Babayan, but he was a Hokule navigator and captain, and he was the heart and soul of Ohana Hoku. He was what brought the strength and credibility to our organization. He spoke a lot of Hawaii fluently and knew how to navigate the seas. And unfortunately, Kalepa passed away shortly after creating this group. And that's why I want to mention him here today and say that this is really an honor of him and in his vision of celebrating our traditional cultural heritage of celestial navigation and natural observation and perpetuating that culture through contributions to science and to our community. So I want to say mahalo nui also to our Kakako and to SALT and to Kamehameha Schools for hosting us here today. I want you all to know that Ohana Hoku is promoting this Ohana Stargazing event in order to help to bring in people like Kamehameha Schools that want to share a telescope and host the telescope. So if you're interested in putting on your own star parties, please come find me or find Leilani and get in touch with us, and we can start a program to help you guys get integrated and help get you a telescope and teach you how to do star shows. And in the end, what Ohana Stargazing really is about the Ohana we have here, getting everybody together, and also sharing everybody's relationship with the sky, showing that it's all equal. We all have knowledge and ike to share with each other. So mahalo nui loa, please enjoy, and come downstairs to the bar too. Don't forget we're down there also. Aloha.
Aloha. Aloha Kako. We are live streaming from the rooftop of the parking deck at Salt at Arakaka'ako. Right now, we are looking at the moon because the sky is still bright. If you have any questions about astronomy or what we're looking at, please go ahead and ask, and we're here live answering your questions. You can go ahead and put your questions in the comments of our live stream at youtube.com/UHIFA. We're using a telescope called an EV scope, which is an all-electronic telescope with an electronic detector like the ones in your iPhone or your Android phone, but it can take longer exposures, so we can look at bright, dark objects or fainter objects once the sky gets dark. Right now, if you're looking at the moon, then on the right side, you'll see a very round circular feature that looks kind of like an eyeball. That is Mare Crisium. And the sort of, I would say, Australia-shaped feature is called Mare Tranquillitatis, or you may have heard of the Sea of Tranquility, which is where the Apollo missions landed. If you're out watching the sunset right now, it looks like conditions are good for a green flash. So step away from your screens and go ahead and look outside. Since the sky is still quite bright, we'll be on the moon for a little while, and when it gets dark enough, we'll head over to Saturn. But before then, we'll go and give you a little tour of some of the activities downstairs in a few minutes. Aloha. We are down here at the barn at Salt at our Kaka'ako, where we have all kinds of activities to share with you. We have a Lego station from the Hawaii Lego users group, showing off some original creations from our members, and an area where we've got a lot of excited builders building. On the other side here, we've got the University of Hawaii's Institute for Astronomy. We've got some telescopes upstairs, but they've also got a scale model of the solar system where this yellow ball is the sun. And along the way, you can walk out to the various planets and see how tiny they are. That tiny black dot right there is Mercury on top of the golf tee. And though the distances between the planets and their relative sizes are all scaled accurately. Our colleagues from the Institute for Astronomy are also doing demos of how we learn about the universe with light using spectroscopy, breaking the light into rainbows. So we're looking at what different gases look like through diffraction gratings, which turn the light into rainbows. We've got activities from Kamehameha School, the owners of the land here at SALT, where they're doing star compass activities. And in fact, there's a beautiful star compass that was painted on the ground here at last May's event. Next door to that, you can learn about Polynesian navigation and voyaging across the islands using virtual reality goggles. So there you can see one of our future navigators trying it out. And you can see what they're seeing on this big screen. And finally, at our last station, we have what's called the gravity well, where these marbles in this curved surface make orbits as you drop them in, just like they do around any massive object like a black hole or the sun or the earth. And you can change how curved the space is by changing the mass, and change the orbits by moving the balls at different directions and different speeds. And you can learn about traditional Hawaiian relationships to stars and astronomy with our friends from Ohana, who are helping sponsor this event. So come on down and check out all these activities and enjoy a fine dinner, some drinks, and have a fun evening out with everyone. Thanks for joining us.
later in the night, maybe about 6:45, Saturn is gonna start to come out, and that's the coolest thing you've ever seen in a telescope. So make sure you see it. But we just want to share some facts about the moon, the planets. At 7 o'clock, we're going to have Kalani Murphy talk about navigating. Hopefully, the navigators. So, for now, the telescopes are all looking at the moon until it gets dark enough to see the planets, of course. Some interesting facts about the moon. It's about 250,000 miles away. It takes an astronaut about 3 days in a tin can to get all the way events. Unfortunately, they're not doing any public events right now, but that's how I've started. And it just started off out of curiosity to see really cool things to the telescope. I gotta know more. Yeah, so that's why we want to bring everybody here is to look up, ask questions, be curious, look for the answers, and I got
Need a narrower eye.
We gotta do something fun.
Or
And
the Barlow
decided
line.
to go on a limb and just start a stargazing business.
Okay.
You'd be surprised what you can see in the city. I grew up in Honolulu, and so I know what's possible to see in a light pollution area. You just gotta look up the moon, the planets you can see in the middle of New York City. And so that's why we timed this show, this event with the moon and the planets.
Sorry, my phone's broken, so I don't have.
Your phone.
No, I don't have a phone.
Jupiter's down there.
All right, guys, so that's my time. If you guys want pictures of the moon, come to my station. We can take pictures in 2 seconds. It's very easy. Something to take home. And all the other stars, it's going to be very difficult to take pictures, but the moon, super easy. And so find me next to the telescope, bring your camera, and we'll take pictures for you. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna head off the moon and take a few minutes to go make our way over to Saturn, which we can see with our naked eye. It's not in the sky. We just need to get our telescope aligned. And so we're gonna go back to our welcome screen here for a few minutes, and then we should come back with the live view of Saturn from the rooftop of Salt at our Kaka'ako for Ohana stargazing. We're actually streaming now, but we're in the process of slewing over to Saturn. So we should have Saturn up in a few minutes. All right, we're here on the rooftop of Salt. We're just in the process of getting Saturn for everyone to enjoy, and we'll have that up in just a minute. You can see lots of people out lined up at about a dozen telescopes that we have out here, and we're going to head on over and share Saturn right now. All right, so there's Saturn in the middle of our field of view. It doesn't look like much right now because we have a telescope with a wide field of view. Oh, let's hear a few words from one of our hosts.
I hope is everybody having fun? You enjoying the stars? Round of applause if you're enjoying the stars, please. Live off applause. I'm Sam King. I'm the executive director of Ohana Kilo Hoku. We are a 501c3 Native Hawaiian nonprofit organization that supports astronomy and space programs in Hawaii and beyond. And our mission is to cultivate in our keiki, all the keiki here, a relationship with the stars and to advance their dreams in pursuing astronomy and space and just enjoying the science of the stars. Ohana Kilo Hoku created this entity, this Ohana Stargazing event, and our partners with Nick in Stargazing Hawaii and the University of Hawaii's Institute for Astronomy and Kamehameha Schools really took off with this event here at SALT and blasted out. So round of applause for all our partners from the schools. So one of the things about Ohana Stargazing is just sharing everybody's knowledge with the stars, showing how it's all equal and all valued. And so, of course, we're here in Hawaii, and the thing for our nonprofit is the Hawaiian relationship with the stars. So we have Feilani Murphy here, who is a navigator with Hupulea, who's going to speak. And she's going to say some words about the navigators in our heritage. It's near and dear to my heart. One of her mentors, one of the captains she knows was Kalepo Babaya. If you don't know, Kalepo was one of the founding members of Ohana Kilo Hoku. And so he passed away shortly after our group was formed. And he was really the heart and soul of our group. And our kuleana is to carry on his vision. And his vision is what all of you are doing here tonight. So mahalo nui loa for keeping his spirit alive here. And I will turn it over to Kailani. Mahalo.
Aloha, how's everybody doing tonight? Nice to hear me. Awesome. Well, I'm really honored and grateful to have been invited to share tonight. I'm stoked to see that there are a lot of people here. As Sam said, my name is Kailani Murphy. I come from Waimea, a tiny place on Hawaii Island. And when I came to school here in English, I got involved with pianos. Fortunate to have some of my first teachers on the ice, and I know Thompson, who is he's from Hawaii. He's our first navigator from Hawaii in Century. Yeah, so when navigation about is about instruments, the way that our people got here on voyaging canoes. We were really lucky at that time that actually Moku'u's first navigator, Papa Maupia. So I actually brought pictures to show, but it was already dark and worked better during the night. So I kind of put them at least up against the table back here in case you want to walk around and check it out. Papa Maupia was Moku'u's first navigator on her first voyage in 1976. Many of you may have heard of his name. Thompson was one of his students. He made the first voyage, Nainoa's first voyage navigating in 1980. So Hokule'a's first voyage in Papua was in 1976, and then Nainoa made his first voyage as the lead navigator with Papua on board as his teacher in 1980. And Hokulea continues to sail today. Many of you might have heard that she went around the world recently. In 2014, she left Hawaii and went south to kind of retrace some of those earlier voyages, and went all the way around until coming back home in 2017. Right over here, nice big welcoming homecoming at Magic Island. If you were there, it was a pretty powerful event. But Kalepa Babayan, who Sam also mentioned, is another one of Papa Mau's students and also a student of Nainoa. And he actually did more of the worldwide voyage than any of our captains and navigators. He did more than half of the voyage. Part of the voyage, I guess some of the rules, I guess, with some of our top leadership, our co-navigators had to be important. So Kalepa was on board to teach many more navigators. So since the very beginning with Papa Mau, and his students continuing to teach this ike that we have to relearn, which was sleeping at the time Hokulea was born. We have many more of us students of navigation who are learning thanks to these teachers. I always like to point them out. I'm really lucky to have been able to learn with both Nainoa and Kalepa. And others like Bruce Lankenfeld and Chuck Nishan, and got to spend some time with Papa. I'm really a fortunate student still learning, and what I'm going to try to share tonight is a little bit of what we can see in the sky and how, like, if we were actually on a voyage right now together, maybe what we would be looking for and how we would use what we're seeing to find a way. So what I have set up down here on the ground here is our Hawaiian star compass. This is something that Nainoa Thompson developed based on the compass taught to him by Papa Mau. And it is our our foundation for our directions. Right? So when we're out on the ocean, we have no compass or GPS. Yeah, we cannot use our phones to see which way is north or.
So our wide field telescope shows Saturn as this little blob, and you can kind of make out the rings. And what we're going to go ahead and do is change the exposure so that Saturn will be overexposed, will be very bright, but we'll be able to see some of Saturn's moons, including the largest one, Titan. So give us a few seconds and we'll get that set up.
All right.
Okay,
What
so now
direction
that
is
bright overexposed blob that looks like a bright star in the
Alright,
center
very good.
is
You guys
Saturn,
passed the
and
test
above
already.
and to
You
the
guys
right
can
of
start,
Saturn
getting on the
is
moon.
its
So
moon
yes, that's
Titan.
correct. Hawaiian, we call that Ohana. Homo is to enter. Hana is like the act of entering. So the
We're
sun is
adjusting the
entering
image
Horizon.
so you can
What's on the opposite side
make
of
it out
us?
a little bit better.
East, all right, and east is so you need a compass here. All right,
The
so
two
north is
objects
Akau,
sort of a little bit down and to the right are background stars that we can see
the Hawaiian word Akau is also the word for right.
behind,
So if you're
often
facing the
distance
sun
behind
and
Saturn.
you bow to the setting sun, Akau is on your right. And what's on this side? What's to your left if you're facing us? South,
two little
yeah.
dots in the
And
bottom.
so that's a little bit of a challenge.
If you can see right in the diffraction spike to the left of Saturn is a tiny little blob. That is the moon Rhea. And there's another faint one sort of at 7 o'clock that's coming in and out. That one is Dione.
Beautiful clear sky.
That's all we can see.
You would be able to see an important star that is following the sun down.
There's another one down here that we can't see.
Does anyone know
We can't see
what
it.
that is up there?
Right now, we can't see any of the other moons, but we've got these three. So Dione, Rhea, and
Okay, so
at
do you
Titan
folks-
at
do
about
you
2
remember
o'clock.
the canoe I
There's Titan
mentioned?
at 2 o'clock.
That Papa Mao was our first nav- Oh, yeah.
An interesting fact about Titan is that we're about to send a total science fiction-like mission to Titan called Dragonfly, which is basically a giant quadcopter, like a big drone, that will fly over Titan and examine its surface. That mission is about 5 or 8 years down the road, but it's in development right now.
Yeah.
So now you're going to see everything blur out as we're going to slew over to the Ring Nebula.
And even without
And it'll take us seconds to maybe a few minutes to get over there. And when we get there, it's quite faint, so it's going to take some time for the telescope to add up deeper and deeper pictures until we can actually see the Ring Nebula. So when you see bright streaks of light flying by on the screen, that's because the telescope is moving. So this nebula, the Ring Nebula, is in the constellation Lyra, or the Lyre. An interesting thing about this constellation is that there's a famous star near RR Lyra, which is the prototypical type of one kind of variable star. So that's a certain type of star that varies in brightness over time, and one of the best studied ones is in this constellation. But we're not going to look at that because it varies over time scales that we can't observe right now tonight with our telescope. Instead, we're going to head over to the Ring Nebula. Well, the telescope has reached its target, but it's quite faint and the sky here is quite bright. So we're going to have to let it keep adding up pictures over a minute or two until we can see it show up here in the middle. It's called the Ring Nebula because it looks like a ring, like a circle. And this kind of nebula is a planetary nebula. A planetary nebula has nothing to do with planets. People call it that just because in the old days when telescopes could not resolve things very well, they look like blobs that look similar to planets. A nebula just means it's fuzzy. So it's a fuzzy thing that looks kind of like a planet. But in fact, this is the thrown off outer layers of a star like our sun that has died. So hopefully in about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll be able to see it. Oh, here it is. It's coming up in just a minute. I already see it here in our screen. And you should be able to see it in about 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
So you can see the colors. The inside is greener and the outside is red, and that's emission from different kinds of atoms. The green is probably oxygen. The red is probably hydrogen.
Zodiac constellation. What is that? Most important thing.
So this is a planetary nebula known as the Ring Nebula. The end fate of our own sun will be something similar to this. When it first will puff up so big that its outer layers actually envelop the Earth. Our sun will become over 100 times bigger than it is today, which means the outer layers will extend to Earth. And then those outer layers will get blown off and leave a tiny object in the middle called a white dwarf, which will be about the size of the Earth and made basically purely of carbon. It'll be like an extremely hot, very dense charcoal briquette. And the outer layers of the sun will become a beautiful nebula like this, visible to others years from now, billions of years from now.
at sunset.
When we
Alright,
do
so
another
Ohana,
event here
as
or
it's getting
another
closer,
Ohana
we have
stargazing
another
at a different
direction to
location,
food.
there's going to be
And
on
then
Maui
these guys
on
are
October
also
15th,
getting lower, and when they set,
and
we
there'll be
also
future
know
ones in
another
about one a
direction.
month
For
across the
example,
islands.
this one,
If you hear
this
noise
is
in the background, we have a
just like
navigator
the
explaining
reddish
how
one,
Polynesian
that's
navigation
scorpions,
works using
or
a
Antares,
big
and Lehuapan
star
is
compass that
RE.
they've laid
It
out
actually
right here on the
sets
parking deck.
200
We have activities
south of
downstairs,
West. So
allowing
we
you to
have
walk through a scale model of the solar
Hokulea,
system, see how
90
gravity
degrees
warps
north of
space,
West,
learn how we
Lehuapan
learn about the universe using
160
light, play with
south
Lego,
of West,
and
and then all these other
put on
stars
VR goggles, virtual
the same
reality
thing.
goggles,
We
and
have
imagine being a navigator out on the ocean.
So when they go down, we have
Great
different
activity,
directions.
lots of families out here, and plenty of food
That makes sense.
opportunities.
Sounds pretty simple.
Come bring a picnic
just
or
have to
enjoy food
remember.
at one of the restaurants and hang out
So
on a beautiful
we're gonna
evening.
shift over.
So it's gonna be down.
Is actually
We're going to
right. It
restart
goes
the image
to
here and try to see if we can get a slightly
So
better
it's
image.
right in the
There's
center.
hundreds of people up here on the rooftop deck with us,
It's nice to know
and
that
it's actually vibrating all the telescopes quite a bit. So we're going to see if we can catch a better glimpse, and we'll hang out here on the Ring Nebula for a little bit,
And I'll just point out some other stars.
and then
and
we'll
give you an
venture
idea.
over to explore something else in another 10 or 15 minutes.
So it's moving now.
So there's our last view of the Ring Nebula, and we're slewing our way over to the Dumbbell Nebula. So the last nebula we looked at looked like a ring. This one will look like a dumbbell. It's like two reddish circles with blue in the middle. And that's because instead, a planetary nebula is not a sphere. It's more like a cylinder or a pair of cones. And so depending which angle you look at it from, it might look like a circle, or it might look like a helix, which there's one called the Helix Nebula, or it might look like a dumbbell. So when we go over to the dumbbell and it integrates for a little while, we'll be able to see that one, hopefully. Same kind of object, the leftovers of a dead star, similar in mass to our sun, that's blown off its outer layers. And the structure of the material that's blown off is not a sphere because of the magnetic fields that entrap the various ionized gases. So So hopefully we'll see that pretty soon. If you could read quickly and saw what went by on the screen, this was the first planetary nebula discovered. You'll notice that it also says M27. M stands for Messier, which is a French astronomer who made a catalog of fuzzy things, nebula, in the sky. And hence the M is from his name, and he just numbered them. And some of them are galaxies, like the Andromeda Galaxy, which we'll look at later, is M31. This nebula, which is also fuzzy, is M27. There are hundreds of objects in his catalog, and many of them are nearby galaxies, and many others are nebulae or star-forming regions, leftovers of dead stars, and things like that in our own galaxy. And there you can see that fuzzy object is the Dumbbell Nebula, and you can see it looks like a pair of cones placed back to back, and it's redder on the outside and bluer on the inside. You could imagine rotating that towards us, and then you would see a circle much more like the Ring Nebula, which we saw before.
But the idea is, if you know where all of
And you can see it moving around a little bit. That's because of all the motion up here on the rooftop.
some stars, you should know exactly where everybody else.
My colleague Mitchell Dennis, who's here next to me helping run the telescope, he's one of our graduate students, tells me this is also called the Apple Core Nebula for obvious reasons. It looks like you've enjoyed an apple and you've got just the core and the stem areas left. I've never heard that name for it before. I've always heard it referred to as a dumbbell.